it is, to my mind, totally nonsensical to allow buildings to be built in dangerous areas, or areas that are subject to coastal inundation. You know, that makes no sense to me at all. So I think we do that. I didn't mention we have now, of course, everything's online. There's a Have Your Say site is up live and online, so people can go in there and tell you what they do or don't like, and one or two or few have, as far as that goes. I want to say that we on the panel, making certain that we're not going out as experts to tell the public all the answers or try and tell them. We're going out there primarily to listen what their issues are, what they see, what they fear, and from that perspective then draw up whatever recommendations we draw up to deliver to the council. That's about it where we are, but I think given all the difficulty in meeting and all that at the beginning because of COVID, I think we're now up and going well, and all things considered, we'll move forward through the next month right across the council area, providing an opportunity for people to come and talk to us, and we're there to listen. That's about it. Questions? I'm happy to answer questions. If anyone wants to put in questions.
About you talked about the sea, the ocean's coming, it's coming, it's still coming, and I put one on there about how we think is how Māori look at it, as through Tangaroa. Tangaroa comes in and he eats the sand dunes, and it's food for him, and takes it back out, and that was put on about 4 years ago now, and I think it's a thing, but I was told by a well-known scientist that I was talking a load of rubbish. And but if that's any help, I think the way we look at the way that the sea is happening is still, I think Māori has some say in that, Jim, yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Longer than the rest of us. And the tide has come and gone before, you know, it's not the first time. No, totally agree. And of course, in times past, and the point you make is very valid, in times past, necessity was you just moved back if the tide was coming in. You went further inland. Now we have so many millions and millions of dollars worth of properties purchased on the sandhills, people don't want to move back. You know, they say, no, we've got to stop the sea. We're like Canute of old. We go down and tell the sea to turn back.
My niece from Brisbane rang me yesterday, said, do I need a walker? I want to send down to Brisbane to take it away from me. I said, no, give us a Noah's Ark.
But I think what's happening, and I think this will be good for the community. I think yesterday's storm, which was bloody nuisance, I think people are starting to realise that this is not just some strange yuppity sort of idea, that this climate is changing. It will have implications, it will have an impact, and we should be preparing for it. You know, those simple things, that's really what we have to do. There'll be debate on how we prepare. There'll be debate on where the money comes from. There'll be debate on where we allow people to build and all of that. But I think the conversation has really started on what do we do now given the changing climate we have facing. And I think that's the important thing. Get people to start to think what they have to do.
Kia ora matua. Any other questions? I had one, and it was really just about the kind kind of the end goal of the project or the panel's work? Like, what does it look like when it's wrapped up? Are you writing a report, and then what happens to that? I'm just thinking about the implementation part of once the kōreros happen. Okay.
I think, but the point is important given that we got a local government election in October. So, and His Worship has said he is not standing for mayor, so we'll have a new mayor. We know that part, unless he changes his mind, of course. But we know that part, and we'll almost certainly have some new councillors. I have no idea who or